leadership position and being one who is trying to be part of this movement to destigmatize mental health. I think mental health traditionally, again, had this stigma around it. It means depression, it means weakness. And so people didn't typically think of successful leaders as saying, oh, I struggle with mental health. But I'm very vocal in saying, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the therapist that I see, the coach that I see, and the couples therapist I see. My partner and I see a couples therapist together. And we're very vocal that it actually doesn't mean that something's wrong and it's broken, we're trying to fix it, but it's much more about building a foundation so that you can get through times like this, right? It's about building strength and having that growth mindset. And so it starts from being very just vocal and vulnerable about these things that we do that are seemingly pretty personal, right? It's normal to say you go to the dentist. Why isn't it normal to say that you see a therapist or a coach or a couples therapist or what have you? So that's one area. Another thing that I think is really important is about creating structure in the world that we're living today, when most of us are cooped up at home. It's really hard when you're going from your bed to your desk or your couch or wherever you're working from, and then you're staring at a screen all day. At least when we were in an office, there was some break to that. You would have maybe a meeting, then you're back at your computer, you'd see people's faces, you get up, you walk around. Right now it's really difficult because we're just sitting and staring at a screen all day. So again, going back to this new world that we're living in, technology, which is exacerbating some of the issues that we just haven't been equipped with the tools to be resilient to. So I think it's about trying to create the same type of structure that you had before this hit, whether that's putting breaks in your day, making sure that you start your day by getting up and walking outside, even if it's just for 5 minutes, working with, if it's a partner or a coach or a family member or a roommate, on holding each other accountable and supporting each other through this time. Because I think what's happening is the days are blending together. Someone goes all day, from 8 in the morning to 8 at night staring at a screen, and then they're wondering why their brain is mush and they're feeling burnt out. And so I think it's more than ever before going to be that much more important that we put this level of structure in place to really support ourselves. So one thing that I'm doing is when I start my week, I pick 3 things that are my top priority for that week. And I'm like, whatever I do, I'm going to focus on those 3 things and make sure I get them done. And if I don't get to the laundry list of 1,000 other things on my list, it's going to be okay. And let go of the anxiety and stress around, well, I'm home, my computer's 3 feet away from me. I could just go open my laptop and try to get through my to-do list. I think it's important to know that at the end of the day, there's always going to be more to do. And it's so much more important that we take care of our minds so that we can be resilient and in this for the long term and get through times like this.